Hello, everyone. I'm Kate Baldwin. We do begin with breaking news and the war in Ukraine. Authorities in Mariupol, in northern Ukraine, are accusing now Russian forces of bombing the city's maternity hospital. This video you're looking at right here, of what just looks like apocalyptic imagery, this is the first video coming in from that scene. Ukraine's president is condemning the strike. He says that there are children buried in the rubble. Now, to be clear, details of this attack are just starting to come in. These are some of the first images that we are seeing. We're going to bring you much more as we learn. But it is clear that something horrific happened here. This also comes just hours after Ukrainian and Russian officials agreed to a 12-hour ceasefire to try and allow civilians to escape through 6 humanitarian corridors, including Mariupol. But Ukraine is accusing Russian forces of blocking already one evacuation route north of Kyiv. Adding to this, Ukraine is calling on Russia to observe another ceasefire around the site of the decommissioned Chernobyl nuclear plant, which has been knocked off the power grid. Ukraine's foreign minister claims that they could face a radiation leak within 48 hours if critical repairs aren't made. The IAEA says that there has been no critical impact to the safety of the plant, which is now under Russian control. Let's begin. A lot of moving parts this hour. Let's begin our coverage with CNN's Scott McLean. He's live in Kyiv. Scott, tell me what's the latest. Is that we're just starting to learn more about it, about this hospital in Mariupol.
Kate, this video is very difficult to watch. So the Mariupol City Council first posted video of a maternity ward in the city that they said was destroyed by several Russian bombs that were dropped on it. They said the destruction is enormous, especially in the area where children were being treated. The head of the regional government says that all in all, a maternity ward, a children's ward, and the Department of Internal Medicine were all destroyed. And looking at the video inside, you can see it is difficult to see how there wouldn't obviously be people killed and likely many more injured. Windows blown out of the building. I mean, it's obviously difficult video to watch. President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine condemned the Russians, saying that there were children under the wreckage. He said, "How much longer will the world be an accomplice ignoring terror?" And then he once again called on NATO to close the skies and institute a no-fly zone over his country. It is unclear at this point what there are in terms of casualties, in terms of deaths. We are still trying to get more information on that. Now, Mariupol is also one of the cities that Ukraine has agreed with the Russians to open a humanitarian corridor on today. It is unclear the status of how those evacuations have been going, if they've been going at all. It's been sort of a patchwork of successes and failures in the 5 or 6 corridors that they've agreed to. For instance, Enerhodar, a city where the Russians are now in control of the nuclear power plant there. There are people getting out of that city. Same with Sumy in northeastern Ukraine, which has been taking an absolute pounding from the Russians as of late. And same thing with Irpin. We know that things are moving there. That's a suburb just outside of Kyiv. Other places like Bucha, another Kyiv suburb, the city council there says that the Russians have actually blocked the convoys from going along that corridor so far. That is the latest word that we have there. And then Izium as well, the mayor there says that there's been bombing in the area, which is making things difficult to actually open up a corridor and get things out, and obviously desperately needed supplies in, Kate.
Yeah, and just to be, clear and transparent with everyone on the situation in Mariupol, we are continuing to gather information from the ground. This is a city that has been under attack for days now. So we are going to be bringing more information as soon as we get it. But at the same time, Scott, I wanted to ask you about the other really terrifying situation that Ukrainian officials are warning about. The concerns at the Chernobyl nuclear